This is what our kitchen looked like in our 100-plus-year-old home when we bought it. I actually called this the Golden Arches kitchen. And since then, we have done a lot of work to this kitchen, put a lot of love into it, doing a lot of budget-friendly updates to make it feel more like home, more like us, and more of a look and style that fits our home. And we always knew that these were temporary fixes and updates to get us by until it was time to do a big kitchen renovation. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon and welcome to my channel, The Daily DIYer. I also want to thank RTA Cabinets for sponsoring today's video. And I would still highly recommend all of the DIY updates that we did to this kitchen to keep things budget friendly, such as painting the kitchen countertops, as well as the backsplash. I even got creative and decided to paint the kitchen cabinets to see how I felt about them being white in here, which I love, and I do have videos of all of those DIYs, and I'll make sure to link all of those videos down in the description box below. And all of that brings us to today's video, which is the biggest project me and my husband have done in this home to date, and that is a complete kitchen renovation. Now that you've seen our journey with this kitchen, it's time to start the demo. We still wanted to keep things as budget friendly as we could, so we are doing the majority of the work ourselves and also not rerouting any major plumbing or electrical, which saved us a ton. One thing that we did need to do was to move our thermostat, which my hubby Brian moved to the living room. That just made more sense anyway. Why did we need to move it? Well, we needed it to make room for this new column style fridge and freezer. Why? This is why we need a freezer. So we have a freezer down in the basement, but obviously that's not very convenient. This freezer that we have now, because our cabinet is so close, we literally cannot even hardly open up our freezer door. And it's just very compact in there. We can't even get the ice bucket out. And every time we try to go get something, it like literally falls out. So we needed a better use than this like condensed area. So we decided to just make a whole wall since we're redoing the kitchen anyway. And we were so fortunate to come across RTA Cabinet Store that was able to make our vision come to life. We took some measurements of our kitchen and created a simple sketch and sent those over to the RTA designer. She went over those plans and showed us some options and some styles. We kind of talked through the process, asked all the questions we wanted, and within a couple days, we had plans and renderings of our vision, and they couldn't have come out better. We did make a few small adjustments here and there, but we were so excited to get our new cabinets started and get started on this remodel. So I'm super excited. Today is gonna be like one of the first big working on the kitchen days. We've been doing a little bit of work here and there. We took this refrigerator out, we took the old stove out, but we put the new stove in because we needed a stove and we needed to get the old stuff out. We've also been working on getting a lot of the cabinets emptied. You can see that's what's going on in the living room back there. Yeah, we have some of our kitchen in our living room right now, which is probably gonna be the norm for a while, but today's big project is hopefully going to be working on this wall. We have a little bit of electrical to do to get these lights taken out, and then this whole wall is going to be some cabinets. So excited to finally start getting something going around here. Once the cabinets arrived, we printed the plans and the supply sheets, which were super easy to read and follow. You can see the codes matched up with the codes on the backs of the cabinets. We did get most of our cabinets pre-assembled, but you can save even more money by assembling the cabinets yourself. But we did actually assemble a few of our cabinets because we had some custom ideas in mind, including this big pantry, which is actually going to be a secret door and access to our basement. I will say that if you do decide to assemble your cabinets yourself, they have made that easy too. They have an amazing app called the Built app, and it provides you 3D assembly instructions that makes the entire process easier and quicker. No more guessing or having those extra pieces laying around and you're wondering, where is this supposed to go? So we did use this Built app to assemble our pantry, and here is a quick look at that, which I'll show you more details on that to come, so stay tuned. Then it was on to start installing some wall cabinets. All right, so we have Honey down here supervising. But this is an update. So we have one cabinet up here. We got this guy right here. So we're adding another one next to it. And then all along the top is gonna get cabinets. And this is our secret door to the basement. So obviously we need to do some more work to it. We're going to connect these together so they'll open all at the same time. Same thing with this side. And then we'll cut that bar out and that bar out. And it'll basically look like a wall of cabinets, but this is gonna be our door to our basement. So here is a look at that wall in process. Once we got all of the cabinets hung on the wall, then it was time to come in and add those filler pieces, which kind of does some magic because it makes it all look like one piece. And Brian even installed the cabinet lights in there, which just took it to a whole new level. One bit of advice here is we actually worked in sections. We did not gut the entire kitchen. So next we moved over to this wall, which allowed us to continue to have a sink and countertop so we could function in our kitchen. While we were still renovating, we did find a little surprise in this corner. Being a 100-year-old house, we never know what we're gonna find. And we actually had a air vent that was working. Like, air was still coming out of this vent. So Brian had to go hunt down how to turn that one off, sealed it back up. Not a big deal. It was just kind of a funny surprise that we had no idea was underneath our refrigerator all this time. And then we started working on this wall. I am loving this giant drawer cabinet. Loving the soft close drawers in this, and this whole unit is going to be our new coffee bar. So that was the first thing we demoed. We loved our coffee bar, but now we're gonna have a new spot for our coffee because we're also going to add in a appliance garage here, which is what we're building right now. So we did use that build app to create this and again customize it. So instead of being a wall cabinet, now it is going to become a appliance garage, but we couldn't install it until we get countertops. So we start working our way up, installed this large cabinet on the wall and then the decorative glass cabinets above it. We were loving the look of those glass door cabinets, and I feel like once we started going, we kind of were starting to see this vision really become reality. So it makes you just want to keep going and going, especially when you have this beautiful look starting to come together. And now the part that I dreaded the absolute most, and it was taking out these base cabinets because it meant we were gonna have to live without a sink. So let me tell you, the faster you can get through this part, the better. We did have to do lots of demo here, taking out the countertops, taking out the old tile. When we pulled that off, we had a fun mess, let me tell you. We found the original brick, we found the original hardwood floors, we even found this little note on the floor under a cabinet that said Betsy's new cabinets. So we are assuming there was a Betsy that lived here at one time, and we just kind of had to take it apart, and we'll put it back together again. We also found 2 layers of wallpaper in here. So they basically put plaster over the brick and then wallpapered over the plaster, wallpapered over the wallpapers. So we have these retro wallpapers back there. It was kind of fun to find. Not very fun to find all the holes. So Brian had to do a lot of filling there. Time for an update. We have 2 more upper cabinets to go and we are done with all the uppers in this kitchen, and I'm so excited because then we can move on to the lower cabinets, the base cabinets. Can't wait because we have been living without a kitchen sink for several days now and we need countertops and a kitchen sink in here ASAP so we can function again. But it's looking so good. So we're gonna get back to work, get these last 2 up there so we can start on the lowers. I just want to draw attention to these lights again. Loving them. Brian does magic. Little things like that is what gets me excited, keeps me going, kept me moving throughout this reno process to see the finished product. We started now with the base cabinets. Start in the corner first. We're not professionals, but it made sense to us to kind of work from the corner out. And then we installed the sink cabinet and the other cabinet off to the left. And we actually have a special little insert that we're going to be adding on each side of the cabinet. They're going to be custom little inserts that pull out for spices and utensils, making use of every inch we possibly could in this kitchen. We did have to custom build those in, but it was pretty simple, easy, and we had enough materials from our
your cabinet order to make it happen. Then this is the most awesome cabinet of all to me. It's got a drawer on the top. But once we got it set, we also had custom ordered from RTA to have 2 of these awesome drawers included as well. So as you can see, they come all the way out, not just halfway, so you still have to dig in your cabinet. They come all the way out, and they are heavy duty, strong, and you push them in and they are soft close. Amazing. Also I'm gonna love having this drawer up at the top next to my stove, next to my dishwasher to keep things handy while I'm cooking and cleaning. This is just going to be an amazing cabinet, as we only had tiny little drawers and cabinets in our last setup. At this point, we went ahead and installed some regular plywood on top of the countertops. Brian was awesome, cut a hole in the plywood so we could have a temporary sink until our new countertops could be installed. I absolutely love organization. I feel like you can't have enough in a kitchen, and things like this get me super excited. This is a tip out tray that is created for making your sink cabinet base functional. So it tips out. You can put some of your cleaning supplies in there, brushes and things like that. Soft close on that too. I don't know. It's the little things, you guys. Things like this that make me so excited. Easy to install, very affordable. Our new utensil holder finally arrived. Got that installed. We'll add a little cover on that so it'll blend all in there. Also found this pull-out organizer for underneath the sink for cleaning supplies. Loving that. And then we could start installing things that were useful, like our stove and microwave. Brian also put some new flooring up underneath the stove because ours kind of sits up and you can see underneath it. So just finishing touches like that. And as soon as we got that installed, the whole kitchen just transformed and started to become functional again. It is so awesome to see these renderings finally starting to become reality. I highly recommend RTA Cabinet Store, and if you're looking to renovate your kitchen, you can save a bundle during their Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale in 2022. You can use code THANKS22 to save 10 to 50% off your new kitchen cabinets. They're also offering 2 free door samples if you use code SAMPLESDD, and I'll have more information and details in the description box below on this offer. And no worries if you're watching this beyond those promotion dates, they still have amazing offers throughout the rest of the year, so still make sure you head down to the description box, click the link, and check it out.
And we still have a lot to go in this kitchen renovation. The fun part, the pretty part, the part where we get to pick out the countertops, the paint colors, all the details. So make sure to subscribe so you can come back and see the big kitchen reveal. I always love those big before and afters. And this one's gonna be a big one. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've done a kitchen renovation and you have any tips and tricks, please leave them down in the comments below for us. I wanna thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.